Welcome to part 2 of Infinity on Hannah and I's top 10 list on chill/trippy songs. So let's get right into this. My first pick for this video is Sex Tape by the Deftones. This song is on my favorite Deftones album entitled Diamond Eyes. And this song, it's the classic verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro song structure, but they managed to just master this structure. The verses and the choruses, they contrast each other so well, with a really big, epic chorus and a really chill, beautiful, in a way, verse. And Chino's clean vocals just shine throughout this whole song. And during the choruses, they just soar, and it's just so, for lack of a better word, epic.
On my list is Habits Stay High by Tove Lo, and this song is incredibly earwormy and just catchy as fuck. It literally talks about having to stay high to kind of forget this person and just feel okay. So I don't know if this is about weed, it's probably about a bunch of different other drugs, more intense things, and that's nothing I care to touch in my life, but the whole idea kind of remains the same when it comes to whatever your self-medication is. Her voice sounds great here, and it's really gonna get inside your head and kind of take you to another level. And for me, it's also one of those touchy-feely songs that makes me like literally want to make out with my boyfriend and just like feel something. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but I had an experience with this song before, like a couple years ago, just listening to it. I just had like a really awesome body high, and it just felt amazing to hear this song. It's a blast, and I'm sure you've all heard it, but if you haven't, check it out for sure.
My second pick is the song Dope Throne by Electric Wizard. Now this song is also on the album of the same name, and it's actually a really, it's a pretty well-respected album within the stoner rock, sludge metal community. This is like a 10-minute song, and it's just, what this band is known for is just looping super heavy, super sludgy guitar riffs that are just super slow. They take you on a journey, you know? The vocals are almost like overcasted by the instrumentals, but that's sort of the style that they're going for. Like, you can't really make out what he's singing, so it leaves it up for interpretation. It's not heavy in the sense of like a breakdown or like a metalcore song. It's heavy in the sense that the guitars are just so distorted and so sludgy, and it just makes you want to headbang but smoke a joint at the same time.
It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to be like this. Killer whales, killer whales.
My second pick is Drunk Drivers Killer Whales by Seat Headrest. And if you know my channel, you know I'm a pretty big fan of this band. I think they have a lot of really great songs similar to this, but this one's making my list because I actually have a memory hearing this song while I was stoned at this party, and it was kind of the first time I heard this band and knew who they were. I was like, wait, I know this band, and I really fell in love. About 35 seconds in is when those bright, happy guitars kind of come in, and they just kind of take the song to a different vibe, even though the message of it is a little bit deeper. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but the song does sound happy for the most part. It just kind of reminds me of like back in the 60s, you know, this band really does encapsulate that, but in a different way, like in a more modern way. Just his voice and everything about this song makes me like picture, you know, a group of people like sitting on the street or somewhere, like just playing their guitars together and just having fun and enjoying their company, and just, you know, it's all about the music, man. Like, I literally sound like I'm like from like 1968 or something, but that's just kind of the vibe I get from this song. And I really love the last half, the chorus, where it just repeats, it doesn't have to be like this, it doesn't have to be like this, killer whales, killer whales. Like I said, it has this vintage vibe that I'm addicted to, and you guys really need to check it out if you haven't.
Get up off your knees, girl. Stand face to face with your God. Find out what you are.
Okay, so my third pick for this video is the song My Name is Human by the band Highly Suspect. Now, Highly Suspect is a bit of a newer band on the scene. They're like a blues hard rock band, and they're both of their last two studio released albums have been nominated for Grammys. But this song is actually a pretty unique song by them. It opens up with a really weird bass line, like bass chords that just sound super deep and atmospheric, and then it just hits in with that high-pitched guitar note. It's such a psychedelic guitar riff, and it's so like wavy and out there. And then the singer's vocals come in, and they actually kind of remind me of Tyler Joseph from 21 Pilots, because he's kind of rapping, but like while singing. It's really hard for me to explain. And then the chorus just comes in out of nowhere and just hits you really hard. Johnny's vocals come in so well, and they're just so raw and rough and so bluesy, you know. And their whole aesthetic kind of reminds me of Stevie Ray Vaughan, and it's a very unique song. So I highly recommend checking that one out.
Summertime, and the living's easy. Riders on the microphone, the Ross MG. All the people in the dance will agree that we're well qualified to represent the LBC. Me and Louis, a young run to the body, dance to the rhythm, it gets harder.
I just had to put Sublime on my list. Doin Time has several samples in it, but they were able to take all those different things and put them together to create something really cool and fun sounding. I remember a couple years ago hearing this song while I was very not sober and just kind of tripping out from like all the cool sounds like in the beginning part and just the verses. It just really took me away. And I ended up just hitting the replay button and listening to this on loop for like a really, really long time because it's so enjoyable. And it really also has that summer vibe. So look out for this on my summer playlist this month.
So my fourth pick is the song Certainty by the band Temples. I want to thank Hannah for getting me into this song, because I believe she actually talked about it in one of her videos. I can't remember which one though. This song is just, it's such a different song for me to get into, because it's more of an electronic / alternative song. But the keys, the electronic atmosphere brings, and the vocalist's high-pitched, clean, dissonant vocals, they just really work together. And they just make this psychedelic, trippy song, and I don't really know how to describe it because I'm not used to this genre of music at all. But I highly recommend you check it out, and I highly recommend you watch the music video as well, because the music video has a lot of crazy visuals in it, and I'm pretty sure they were tripping on something while they were making the video.
I am the Eggman. They are the Eggman. I am the walrus. Look at you.
I'm a pretty massive Beatles fan, and I had to include one of their songs, I Am the Walrus. This is definitely one of their weirdest songs, especially lyrically. It's pretty much complete nonsense. No one really even knows what this is actually about. It's just like random words and sentences compiled together. But this tune has always been really addicting to me. I remember hearing it the very first time and just being so confused afterwards, but like there was something about it that had me keep coming back to it, just listening to it over and over again. So I highly recommend having an open mind, just sitting down and listening to this song. You don't need to be reading the lyrics, just listen to it, you know? It's one of my favorite Beatles songs, and it's definitely a gem in my opinion.
Locked in my room, 4 black balls, tied the noose, no recall, no result, fuck withdrawal, rather shoot up till I fall. Murder on call with the fight now, 20 years and it seemed like a lifetime, I've been hanging every day from a lifeline.
So my last pick for this video is another hip-hop song. It's called Antarctica by my favorite hip-hop duo, Suicideboys. This song is actually, Suicideboys I believe were sued for this song because they sampled a beat from a deadmau5 song, so they're no longer allowed to post it online or play it live or anything like that, which I think is so stupid because it's a really good song. The song opens up with a remixed version of the deadmau5 song, and I forget what it's called, and it's so bassy and it's so deep and melodic. And then Scrim's rapping comes in, and his deep voice and his flow and his rhymes and his lyrics just work so well. And the lyrics in this song, I mean, first of all, their name is Suicideboys, so a lot of their songs kind of talk about suicidal stuff and depressing shit, and that's no different with this song. The lyrics are pretty dark and they're kind of about killing yourself, but nonetheless, it's still a really, really good verse. Scrim's verse is just so good. And then Ruby's, actually, he doesn't rap in this song, he sings, and his style of singing is so weird. He has like a sort of reggae style of vocals, I would say, but they're really loud and in-your-face vocals, and once again, the lyrics here are quite depressing and suicidal. But the beat and the rapping and the singing, it all just mixes together to form a really trippy psychedelic song that I personally really enjoy.
So I know Ben already listed a song from Light We Made in my video, but I just could not help but give praise to Midnight Zone by Balance and Composure in this list. It's incredibly ambient and just very different from what we're used to from Balance and Composure. I gave a lot of praise to this song in my review of this album. It has this really slow pace at first with these hypnotizing vocals that are really soft, but once that chorus comes around, it just sort of explodes and pulls me in. John's also using a falsetto vocal range in this song, which normally a lot of people aren't super into that thing, but I think it really works perfectly with the entire vibe of this song and the lyricism.
I want to give one more big thanks for my friend Infinity on Hannah for featuring on this video. I've been wanting to do a collab so long now, and I feel like this was a pretty good video idea to do a collab on, so thanks again.